A brief, sharp response, or even silence, and we already think we know what kind of person someone is. We do it without realizing it, like a reflex. But the interesting thing is, when we do the same thing, we come up with 1,000 different reasons to explain our behavior. In psychology, this is called an attribution error. Understanding this can completely change the way we see things. An attribution error happens when we try to explain why someone behaves in a certain way, but we get it wrong. According to attribution theory, developed by psychologist Fritz Heider, people tend to look for causes to explain behavior. Sometimes we think it's all about personality, internal causes. Other times we think it's the situation, external causes. But the interesting thing is, most of the time, we are wrong. One of the most common mistakes is the fundamental attribution bias. According to Simply Psychology, this bias describes our tendency to overestimate internal causes and underestimate external ones when judging other people. For example, if someone responds to you with a bad attitude, the first thing you'd think is, "What a rude person." But we almost never consider that maybe they had a bad day or received some tough news. In other words, we see the behavior, but we don't see the context, and that often leads us to unfair conclusions. The actor-observer error. According to Verywell Mind, this bias describes our tendency to explain our own actions through external causes, while attributing other people's actions to their personality. For example, if I'm late, I say it's because of traffic, but if you're late, I think you're irresponsible. This happens because we know our own intentions, but not the intentions of others. We just see their behavior from the outside. In a way, it's a kind of psychological double standard, and we all fall into it at some point. Although these two biases seem similar, they're not the same. The fundamental attribution bias is mainly about how we judge others without considering the context. The actor-observer bias looks at the difference between how we explain our own behavior and how we explain other people's behavior. Both are part of the attribution error. So, how can we train our minds to avoid it? The good news is, we're not doomed to always judge this way. Science shows that we can train our minds to be more aware and empathetic. One way is to learn about cognitive biases. It helps us stop and think before we judge. Another strategy is developing cognitive empathy. Try to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Asking yourself, what might this person be going through to act this way? According to the American Psychological Association, this kind of reflection can strengthen social relationships and reduce negative judgments. Another really useful method is mindfulness. Research published in Frontiers in Psychology states that practicing mindfulness helps us notice automatic patterns before they become beliefs. Self-compassion is also important. When we treat ourselves with compassion, we begin to treat others the same way. Understanding these errors isn't about feeling guilty. It's about learning to be more empathetic. When we realize human behavior is influenced by circumstances, we become more compassionate. Sometimes what looks like a bad attitude is just someone who's tired, frustrated, or scared. We've all been there at some point. So next time someone seems rude, remember, maybe they're struggling with something you don't see. In simple terms, the attribution error teaches us an important lesson. We don't always know why people act the way they do. Thanks for watching! If you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything.